Let's look at the versions of the software that we're going to be talking about. One of the key tools that you're going to use is Xcode, the Integrated Development Environment. And what we're using here in this tutorial is version 5.0.2 of Xcode. What's important is the 5. Xcode 3 lasted for a number of years, was a very powerful tool, but it was largely revised to become Xcode 4. And Xcode 4 brought in some new features that were very important to the iPhone OS and later to iOS. Xcode 5 takes the transition further and breaks a number of the barriers that we had before, so it provides us with greater functionality. If I look at what Xcode 5 does that previous versions did not do, the thing that stands out the most to me is that more is going on behind the scenes to make it easier for you to write code. Many of us are used to the pattern where you write code and then you compile and build it, and the compiler catches errors. Well, the compiler is poking around in the background as you are typing. So as you type in illegal syntax, more often than not, Xcode is going to catch it and flag it right away while your hand is still on the keystroke that was wrong. And that is a remarkable thing to do. It also enables Xcode to implement something called Fix-It, where not only does it sense that you've made a mistake, but it offers to correct it in various ways. Most of the corrections are actually accurate. They include typing ahead for long names of functions and methods, but they also include logical changes that can be proposed. You can't always take them because sometimes Xcode goes off and thinks you're going to do something that you're not doing. So don't just accept them blindly. But the fact that Xcode is sitting there together with the compiler, watching what you type and looking for mistakes, really makes this a very powerful environment. There are other automated tools in Xcode which are beyond the scope of this course because they're really not about Objective-C, but you have the ability to run automated tests as you are writing your code so that the tests can be run overnight or every hour, it doesn't matter, as you are running, so you can have a test suite set up that will test your app as you are building it. So those are the new features that I see in Xcode and in the language. In the frameworks, in the latest, which is iOS 7 and macOS 10 Mavericks, what I'm seeing is a refinement of previous initiatives, and in iOS 7 in particular, refinements to the interface, a simplification to the interface. At Developers Conference that Apple held in San Francisco in June of 2013, as they were introducing us to the new interface in iOS 7, they kept saying, we want the interface to get out of the way. We want your content to be dominant. For myself as a developer and content developer, I just loved those statements, content, content, content. So what I'm hoping that you can learn from this course is how to take the content in which you are an expert, whether it's a game, whether it's something highly technical, something medical, something botanical, something in the cooking sphere, doesn't matter what it is, something where you have expertise that we can combine with the language and the frameworks into an amazing app.